some of you may remember a brief period in history, going from the late 70s into the early 80s, when movies were mostly about getting trapped underwater, often while getting picked off and slaughtered one by something prehistoric or alien.
I think most films is a bit of an overstatement there. No. But it was still very, very popular. But did you notice around 2005 it was all about being trapped in underground caves?
It was. That's a weird thing.
Yeah.
And this is all a roundabout way of introducing our next review, a Humanoids published title, which manages to have people trapped both underwater and in caves. Sanctum, written by Xavier Dorison, with art by Christophe Beck.
It strikes you immediately how filmic this book really is. I mean, I started casting it while I was reading it. Johnny Depp, Bruce Willis, Beau Bridges.
Exactly. It has that high-budget horror movie kind of feel with the big names and the flashy special effects.
It also has a lot of dialogue.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit too much. We follow the crew of the atomic submarine USS Nebraska as they respond to a distress signal, finding a wrecked Russian sub and the entrance to an impossible underwater temple.
But as is so often the case, the discovery of the temple is followed swiftly by paranoia, madness, and ultimately death. Lots and lots of death as this unseen evil presence starts bending the crew to their control.
And those Lovecraftian themes are used to great effect throughout. Although that feeling was harmed a tiny bit by the fact that the shadowy evil looks a bit like Tim Curry's devil from Legend.
With the bouncing horns, sure, yeah. I was in two minds about the art. Some of those grand two-page spreads were just awe-inspiring, and some looked like they were lifted straight out of Dante's Inferno. But then up close, I sometimes found the character faces to be a bit static and unevocative. And that does mirror the characters' sometimes one-note personalities.
Yeah, see, I think that's why I was dreamcasting in my head, because they don't really jump off the page at you. I mean, they all fall into their archetypes and they perform their functions really well. I mean, whether that is to decipher ancient hieroglyphics or die really painfully.
A lot of them have that function.
Yeah.
Look, I can see the flaws in this series.
Yeah.
I absolutely can. But there's no getting away from how immersive it is. You know,
True.
the claustrophobic feeling it gives you, just a few thousand feet below sea level, slowly realizing that you're not the top of the food chain anymore. I love that stuff. I love all that stuff.
Yeah.
So I had a great time reading this. And I have to give it a buy based on that alone.
Cool.
Just from that feeling that it gave me.
Yeah.
And look, I know a screenplay's been written based on this story, so hopefully we'll get to see your dream casting in the flesh.
I really hope so, because I did really enjoy reading this book. It is a slow builder, but there are some truly spine-tingling moments. It is a little wordy at times, and a lot more could have been left to our own imagination or allow the facial expressions to convey. Still, it is a creepy, smart horror story that I loved reading, so I'm giving it a buy as well.